Hi everybody, welcome to a new series that I will be starting. Don't mind the remodel mess, that's the only thing you can see in frame, but there's a lot of stuff around here. Which is one thing that prompted me to want to do this. There's a lot of factors and I'm going to try and get into all of that today. I'm very overwhelmed with all my stuff, all my makeup, books, clothes, knickknacks, just excess of everything. And it's something I've been thinking about for quite a while. I love watching capsule wardrobes and, minimalist makeup routines and stuff like that. And I have a long way to go. So this series is going to be my way to try and do that. My husband and I have talked about it and we decided in about 3.5, 4 years, we will be leaving Washington State. It's not for sure set where, and I won't say anything until then because who knows, it'll change a bajillion times. And that's going to be my timeline. I'm going to give myself 4 years to really condense my stuff. I'm not planning on being an extreme minimalist where I have 30 pieces of clothes and that's it, and a tiny makeup bag. And no books because it's a lot of space. I do want to have these things, but I don't want to feel overwhelmed by all of it, especially my clothes, but that's going to be a different video. Today it's just going to be makeup. So I'm going to show you all the makeup I would like to completely use up and not have in my inventory by the time we do the big move, whenever that is. So this is going to be my version of minimalist everything. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to title this. We're going to play around with some stuff. So this is everything, and if say I finish everything in one category, I might have 1 or 2 left in my inventory. I'm going to reorganize my vanity as well as part of this video. So anything that'll be like moving 2.0 project pan or whatever I decide to name this, that's going to be in a different section, and then I can add to this list of items that I have in my brand new bullet journal. They're blank pages, but my husband bought me for this in Canada when we went on vacation once, and it was too beautiful to use. They're just blank pages, but I have everything listed out. So this is going to be a journal / bullet journal, and I have everything listed here. And I wanted to use something that I knew I would have enough pages for to last me the next 4 years. So that's this. I'm going to have the weights on the screen because I don't want to take too much time mentioning that and make this video even longer. So this is all the makeup I would like to use up in 4 years. Let me know if you think I added too much of one thing or not enough of something. There's a few things that are going to be hit pan so that I can rotate through. Hint, hint, it's eyeshadow. And so any input, feel free to comment below. Before we start on the bag, I actually wanted to show you. I bought another bag because my original plan was the same video that I had before where my entire collection fit in a bag, but the one I had bought at TJ Maxx or Marshall's was way too small, and then my current big bag fit more. I thought this would work. This is from the Target website. It's really, really spacious, but I still can't fit everything. And I tried to really narrow down my favorite stuff, and it still wasn't enough. So that was another thing that prompted me. I was like, I'm done. I have too much. I need to try and downsize. So I don't know what to do with that bag. I really like it. This is my current bag. It is fraying in a few pieces. I've had it for a few years, but this bag has room for brushes or more makeup, and so I really like this one a little bit better. But like my husband says, I'm the queen of returns. I feel bad returning it because it was a really thought out purchase. Then it came home and I did the exercise where I put stuff in it and it still was too small. So another part of my goal, I'm going to put a picture up of my train case. And when I bought it, it only held makeup. barely held my skincare. And my new goal, since none of my bags seem to be big enough and I don't want to just keep buying big and big bags, if I can fit hair care, skincare, and makeup all in that train case before the move, I will be happy, because I'm not going to declutter eyeshadows just because they don't fit in, my dream collection bag. I want to try and narrow it down, use what I have, and then go from there. I'm trying really hard not to declutter just to declutter. So I thought the train case would be a more realistic size for everything that I have. So if I can fit everything in there, and then when we move, we're going to be using a small U-Haul and our Jeep. If it can fit in there, which that's not a big size compared to having multiple boxes of makeup, I will be happy. Then I will continue this project panning to really narrow down to my favorite stuff. For now, it's about trying to use up as much as I can before that big day, whenever that is. So now I'm going to show you everything I plan on trying to use up in the next 3 to 4 years. I have one brand new Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 120. I have one brand new Stila One Step Correct primer. This is the only primer I have in my collection that's not a gripping primer, because it's color correcting. Look at that. This will be really good for a base for powder foundations as well. I have one sponge, because I like brushes more lately, so I'm only adding one at a time, and we'll go from there. I have a Lancome Teint Idol. This was this full bottle, and then before I started my channel, I got really into depotting and decanting stuff, and so this is all I have left. It's not that much. I can literally finish this in no time at all, but because it's in this container, I keep not finishing it. So that's definitely a lesson for me, is to not do that anymore. But when I do finish this, it's going to count as the full bottle. So we've got 2 foundations. So let me see if I can try and find some more base products. One concealer. This one is the Maybelline Instant Rewind Eraser in the shade Brightener. And I have one more in the shade Light. These are my only concealers besides concealing pots that I have somewhere, so I'll have to remember to bring that out. So I really don't have that much concealer-wise. Another foundation I have is the IT Cosmetics Oil-Free Matte CC in the shade, I believe it's Light. It doesn't say. I have Cover FX Gripping Primer, a Beauty Bakery Loose Setting Powder, brand new. This is the LA Girls Pro Conceal in white. Long story, don't purchase regret, but I'm going to try and use that up. One brand new Thrive Cosmetics mascara. So with other mascaras, I have the Essence Lash Princess. I have a mini Grande Drama, a mini IT Cosmetics Superhero, so far my absolute favorite. I have a brand new, well, I've used it once or twice, BH Cosmetics, The Balm Cosmetics Setting Powder. This is called the Sexy Mama Anti-Shine Translucent Powder. I have another primer. This is an Ulta Mattifying Face Primer Mini, brand new. I have a Morphe highlighter in the shade Spark. Gently used. There's no dip or anything. This is going to take forever. Lipsticks. Now I can't see the names, but I can kind of read out the numbers, so I'll have the names on the screen. Maybelline 24 Hour Superstay. Let me grab all of those, because you should know by now. These are my favorite lipsticks. I have shade 040, 010. I think this one is called Reliable Raspberry, something like that. And this one is my favorite red, 025. I want to say it's Keep the Flame or something flame. This is my oldest Maybelline that I currently have, so I want to make sure to finish this beautiful blue toned red. L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 362 Plum Bum. This is going to be very hard to finish because I don't normally use dark colors anymore, but I want to get as much use out of this before it goes bad. I have ABH in Catnip and Maybelline Matte Ink in Groundbreaker. This one has a little bit more orange to it compared to the other Maybelline. I have one lipstick remover. The cap got stuck in the bag. And one brand new lip scrub. I have another one that I've been trying to finish, so this one won't get started until I can finish the other one. Okay, for cream products, I have the e.l.f. Electric Mood. It's a collab face palette. I have the contour one. Oh, I have one more lipstick in the shade Amazonian. Love the shade. I have this concealer palette from e.l.f. Brand new. I will be dipping into this very soon though. This has a mix of cream and powder. This is an entire face of makeup in this little book. It's from Whoosh Beauty. Absolutely love it. I'm panning the foundations right now. And then when I need bronzer, blush, foundation powder, highlighter, I'm going to use these. Now, I am not a fan of those blushes, but if I can hit pan on those, then I will consider it good. But I love these foundations, but I have to use a mix of both because too light, too dark. Although I'm a little tan right now from vacation, so this might match. Maybe I should use that while I can. And then these eyeshadows aren't very impressive. This shimmer, I don't really care for, but if I can use this cream and at least hit pan on that brown and use everything else and hit pan on these, I will be happy. Because then I would have actually used 90% of this palette the way it's supposed to be used. This you've seen before. The only thing I have left in here is the bronzer. Everything else is empty. So I want to finish that so I can count this whole thing empty. I have a face palette that, oh, I thought maybe it broke. Let me just double check. No, it didn't. Okay. Oh, but this eyeshadow just popped out. Let me show you. We'll just put it upside down. That just popped out. Okay, so I'll have to figure that out. This is a Stila Perfect Me Perfect Hue palette, but I frankened stuff. You can see here there was 2 blushes, and I took both of those out. I don't remember what exactly I did. It's been a long time, but I frankened a bunch of old leftover blushes with what was in here, I think, in this, and I have no idea what this bronzer is anymore, but it's an awesome tone. Then this is from the original palette, and these 2 are from the original palette. These 2 are frankened. So my goal is to finish for sure these and this, and the rest of the eyeshadows, as much progress as I can. But I really like this for a full face. So my goal is to peel off. This can stay, but I wanted to peel this off so I can reuse the palette. It's so small. It has less than this, sure, less options, but for a quick face, this is awesome. To hit pan, I want to use my Jouer Ultra Foil eyeshadow palette. This is an all shimmer palette. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Also, to hit pan are my 2 Flower Beauty Jungle Lights and city lights. No, desert lights. I would like to hit pan only because of the formula is similar to a ColourPop Super Shock. I don't want them to dry out. So I'd like to start by hitting pan and then I will decide from there. I have another palette. Now this one is an Avocado I Heart Revolution palette, but some of these are not the original shades. You can kind of tell, if I can get close, you can see like where the eyeshadow pans got dented because I depotted from a different palette that I don't have anymore and put others because there was a lot of blue in here and that doesn't make sense to me for an avocado palette. My goal for this is to use as much as I can organically because I really like the greens. Sorry, I'm trying to angle it so that the light isn't reflecting. But I really like all the greens. You know, you can never have enough cream shadows, transition browns. So I want to use up as much as I can on this one. I have a really big palette that I chose. Because I have a lot of big mega palettes, and I picked this one because I've heard it's easy to pan. This is the Lorac Mega 3. I've only used a few shades once or twice, and that's it. This one I'll probably franken into a blush, honestly, because that's not my type of eyeshadow. This one I want to finish 100%. So I'm not going to be using this one probably this year because of the eyeshadows I currently am using, but for sure I will be using this as my Pan That palette next year. Then I've picked one of these. This is the Morphe 25A. The shimmers do not count because the shimmers suck. I tried using them as nail polish and that didn't work. One or two shadows were okay, so if I do like them, then I will try and use those. But if I need a brown, this is what I'll be using. Then, more eyeshadow. Remember, this is 4 years, so... Sorry, my dad's making noise. I figured this would be a good amount of eyeshadow for 4 years. There's something missing here. I don't remember what it is, so next update I'll figure it out because it's in my list, but I must have used it on vacation. I have more neutrals. This I've used before in 50 Shades of Purple. This is from the Balm in the shade Kiss and Tell. There is a dip, so I want to finish this one. This is from the ColourPop California palette that I depotted. I want to finish this one, but I think there's one like this in my Morphe palette, so that would probably be priority. And this is going to be more of a topper. My dad's playing with my daughter. So there's that. This is from Luxie in the shade Flutter. This is depotted from Bad Habit Aurora palette. This is the shade Athena. The rest, these, ooh, that would have been bad. These 4 are repressed from Urban Decay Naked Reloaded, and I don't know what other one, which I regret doing. So I want those out of here. I just picked what I thought was needed from the other eyeshadows. Whew, that is a lot of eyeshadow. Then I have brows and liners. Now I have more than this, but this is what I wanted to start out with. I have one brow gel. This is from Essence in the shade Soft Brownie Brown. The reason I only put one is because I want to prioritize using these brow wax pencils. One of them is brand new, which looks like it's this one. And that's all that's left. I didn't realize how little there was. Oh man, I will definitely be using this one soon. Then once those are all done, then I'll grab another brow gel when I reorganize this drawer. For eyeliner, I have another Urban Decay black pencil. I have this pencil from CoverGirl because it comes with this. I forgot which panner talked about this. I'll have her name on the screen. But I've been trying to do the smudge look with this pencil. It's not really working. At least I don't like it. So, but I bought this first, so I want to use it up. And I have a 1 liquid liner. I have another brow pencil, 2 more, and I have multiples, but this is the shade that doesn't match me the best. It's okay. This is in the shade dark brown, but I believe medium brown was what matched me better, so I wanted to use up the dark brown ones as a priority than this one. And I have 2 of these, so I want to finish one and finish this one. Then once those are done, I will add more. Now I have, sort of as a second priority, is this e.l.f. shadow and liner. Because I want to try and use up the Morphe shadows. If I can find one to use as my brows, I'm going to try and do that. But if I can't find one I like, then I'm going to try and do it with this one, just because this is a pretty bulky palette, and it's literally just all mattes. It looks like almost one of the Urban Decay Naked Minis, just with more pans. And the formula looks really soft. I've only used this once. And I like this brush. I would definitely keep the brush. So this is sort of low priority. Then there's one thing that I forgot to put on my list and put in the bag. So let me grab that. It's not the whole palette because there's no way I can finish 2 whole face palettes, but I have some cream products in here, so I want to make sure I finish those. I already completed last year this, so I want to low priority because I'm not a fan of the formula. Maybe I can try it as a blush. That is an idea. But I want to finish both of those, and I'm trying to get the mirror not in shot. I have 2 more concealer pots. This one I finished not that long ago as under eye concealer. This would be a good foundation match, and look, there's pan. And then this is very pigmented, but it could work as a bronzer, so I am going to prioritize those. I'm going to leave this out so I can put it where it needs to go, but I don't want to mess up the gems, so I always keep it in the box. I love this. This is the It Cosmetics Beauty Book. This is from a few years ago. Every year they come out with a new one with very similar products. The only thing that changes is lips and eyes, but this is also a full face. So there's those 2. Then as lipsticks finish, I will roll in more. These do not include the ones that I already picked to replace the lipsticks that I'm about to finish for this month, or they're already finished depending on when this video goes up. That could be a spoiler. So that does not include those. But from here on out, if I need something, this is what I get to pick from. So now I'm going to take out everything out of my drawers except the bottom one because that's for empties, and the second to the bottom is nails. But I'm going to take everything out and I'm going to rearrange so that this is at the very top. And so I'm going to show you guys that. Okay, this is my current makeup, and I'm just going to wipe it down and reorganize it a little bit since I have an extra container to play with. I think this is everything. I have an extra container here. What I plan on doing is once I hit 10 uses, putting it over here. And then what I usually do is the ones that I'm panning are kind of in the front, but they've moved around, so I'll do that later. So here's this drawer. And then everything that's priority for the next few years is going to be in here. I was trying to fit 2 of these acrylic ones with my backups in there, but there wasn't enough space. And I need a little container that fits right there, or I'm just going to leave them like that, because if they were standing up, they would still close. So here's that. It's a little messy, but as I use things up, I will have more room. And then these 2 palettes that I'm prioritizing, there's no way I could make them fit in here, so they're just going to be laying on top. And I'm hoping the angle when I did this was okay. I don't think it was. Sorry if it wasn't, but I thought it was. So that's priority there. Oh, and it's eyes and then complexion back there. And this is all that's left. I almost forgot about my magnetic palette with all my singles. There's 2 of them. And then this one is left over. I think one of these goes in my panning for the next 4 years. And these are the last complexion ones. I still can't find my Maybelline Fit Me powder. I don't know where it disappeared to. But these are extra primers, eyebrow pencils, eyeliners, and a random cream blush. Nails. Empty. All right, so that's worked out pretty good. There was no way I can fit those eyeshadows in that first drawer like I was imagining. So, oh well. Other than that, everything worked out pretty good. And we will see. There isn't going to be regular updates for this. Maybe every 6 months. Or it'll just be sporadic when I feel like there's a good enough update. Hopefully I talk slow enough that all the weights are on the screen. If not, I just skipped over it, but I'll talk about it when I have an update because they are all written down. And that is all for part 1. All the makeup I would like to get rid of by using up before the big move, and hopefully a step towards minimalism. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.